You know how many people? You got the COVID relief stuff, right? You got the COVID relief stuff, right? Nope, didn't see one penny.
I don't smell alcohol.
No, I'm not drunk. Autism.
Oh, yes, sir. Been trying to steal your time for that.
I don't do it at work.
It's hard not to be.
Yeah.
When you're autistic, you're autistic. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's not going to work. Give me one moment. I'm going to have to dig one out. I have a... I got a...
Are you leading me off the edge of a cliff right now? Oh, who would have thought?
No, I'm not going to lead you on like that. There's no cliff nearby. If there were, well, it would be rude and inconsiderate of me to fuck you over like that. You haven't done so to me. There it is.
Alright, I don't really care. I'm just trying to like maintain the idea in my head that I have control over something in my life. And that I'm not
You're solo though. That's where you're fucked. You're also one of them
You're
people
out
with a
here.
penis.
And then I mean, this is really out here.
You need to go to this service. You need to go to that service. You need to go to those services, and they say that's not what they do.
The original plan was I had my college laptop, I had all the clothes I need, I had all the stuff I needed. I was just gonna go get a tent, put it back in there, work on college until I got an apartment instead of staying at the shelter. Because Bree wouldn't let me take my meds.
Oh wait, all right.
Which consisted of a stimulant and a benzo.
I don't want you to contract whiteness. I know that us white people have like special diseases and all that, and I don't want you catching Albinubian from me.
I'm French, Norwegian, Irish. I don't know which one of those is white. Probably not the Irish one, right?
Well, the only one I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about you catching homelessness. You already got that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a peculiar case. It's like a Benjamin Button.
Well, as long as you're not black and Boulder, we're all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the funny thing is people are like, oh, Boulder is so racist. The cops don't like black people. I'm like, one black person, Zade Atkinson. And it's not that they didn't like him. They thought he was a fucking hobo. The only reason you give a shit is because they were wrong.
Boulder's tight. You got one. I got one. I got one.
I better have one. I felt you emotionally showing up.
I'm not just getting high, yanking off. I'm like, some days I'm literally looking on the ground for like traces of something.
You can't carpet surf a wet fucking floor.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I got told, so basically what the world tells you is that you call and you're like, I'm hallucinating, I guess, or whatever, but hearing this and this and this, and it's terrible. Eventually they just go, why don't you go look yourself? Why don't you go try? Because nobody ever talks to you about it. So you do. So that you basically get sent out to go die. So you have like this incomplete mission in the back of your head, walking around, that
you can't get nothing done because you're taking care of your...
But then you forget about it, and then you hate yourself, and then...
You're too busy taking care of your food, water, and shelter to do anything, though. I mean, you can't get out of survival mode well enough to get anything done.
Yeah.
And same thing with me, same thing with Claire.
Talking about once you go
I
into
do.
survival mode, it's like, yeah, you know,
food, water, and shelter. You want me to go to 400 different meetings in a month, and you'll promise to help me if I go to these meetings? I still got to feed.
Survival mode for years, maybe your life, and then not give you the chance to have 3 to 6 months eating, sitting on your ass, watching TV.
Wouldn't it be nice to actually heal up when you're injured?
We don't give you that time to then start judging.
I hurt my back and nobody cared. My friend...
If you have anything to say it to care about about me getting into an apartment or to someone about getting me a vehicle. I didn't start working that day.
Care doesn't fucking care. That's the worst part.
Sorry, I thought I had one.
I thought you did too, because you told me you did.
Okay.
But now that I know that you don't, I'm going to throw a tantrum.
I
thought I had some clue what the fuck was going on in the world around me.
Consistent is stupid.
Did you just say consistent?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's better than an assistant. Depends on the day.
Good morning, Ed. Persistent, not consistent.
No?
Intelligent people are not consistent people.
Found it.
Like, what, you think a manager's job is as consistent as a... That doesn't really matter? Because one person will find a way to make their job.
Stress-related hallucinations are fucking freaky. I don't have them, thank goodness, but I know people that do. And it's not schizophrenia. And then I got these people who are like, well, they're trying to tell people I'm schizophrenic because I don't know what's going on. I'm like, but you know what's going on.
Think of it this way. This is, it's like you can tell, you can rationalize it, you can find out what the problem is. You can basically go, okay, they obviously have something to scramble whatever it is that you would be hearing if it was diabolical. So they'd have something that would discredit it in your mind, like you didn't have a way anyway. So who cares?
And
But
see,
you
that's
still
an important
hear
point to make. Like, you're making a very good point, but also with your state of mind, it's not coming across as well. Most people wouldn't understand. They just sound like senseless rambling.
Yeah.
But when you've been through it, that's different.
Yeah.
Like when you're rambling because you're hungry and you're trying to tell somebody who's 400 pounds who's never had to go without a meal, you're not making fun of them for being fat. You're just hungry. But they want to take it like that and push you away like you being a lazy piece of shit because their fucking fat ass wants to take everything personal.
Yeah. That's what, like, one of the things I don't get, like, I really don't like, that really, like, you know, like, school shooter activated. Not really, but, you know, like, not school shooter. You know what I mean?
When I was in high school, people used to be real mean to me, right? But I never thought about shooting any of them. The only ones that I ever thought about harming are the ones who were harming me. And I only thought about harming them because they were in the process of harming me. You know, when somebody is punching you in the face, you're not thinking, man, I would sure love to give this guy a hug and some fucking flowers and some chocolates and an I'm sorry fucking balloon.
Yeah. It's like, so basically, yeah, it sucks, dude.
This is one of the few places where
it's like, if there was something that everybody can hear that we couldn't see, you can assign meaning to it. You can even get lucky as all hell and find a group that assigns meaning to it, but it's still invisible. So how are you solving any problems? It's only there to create problems.
or only talking about the problems but not doing anything about it, because you want to, instead of listen to the victim, you want to tell the victim how they need to think and how to feel, but you haven't heard anything they had to say. Kind of like you the other day when we were in there and I had something really important to say, and you definitely had something that you needed to say, and both of us have been traumatized, obviously, because both of us had trauma reactions.
Yeah, I remember I went to a police officer once and I told him what I was hearing, and it had nothing to do with me, whatever, and he literally was just like, I have kids. Like scared, like, or something. Not scared, but just like, I have children. I'm just like...
Yep. What does that have to do with you doing your fucking job?
It means that people are listening to it.
Like when I tell the police that I'm an at-risk adult because I can't take care of myself, and they say, well, it looks like you're taking care of yourself to me. Holy fuck, you're not qualified to make that decision. You having a badge does not make you qualified for that. Good morning.
I'm Nikki. I'm one of the managers from the restaurant.
Oh, good morning.
I noticed your car's been here for a long time.
Well, I move it a lot because I end up over there a lot and over there a lot. It's because the...
So I'm tomorrow morning, if it's here again, I'm going to call the police, okay? But this is no overnight parking. You can't keep staying here. So I'm sorry, and I know it's cold, but you got to find someplace else.
Well, I've been doing that. I've been to every service. The car works. The problem is the plates. Like, my disability is only $800 a month, and I had to spend $400 this month just to get my vehicle up and going again.
That's good that it's going.
Well, it's running, but it's not legal. That's the major issue.
Yeah.
I usually, it's not usually this parking lot I stay in. It was usually the one, yep, there, and then over at the Fred Meyer's, and then over at the one across the street. Because if I keep it on rotation, then I'm less likely to get harassed.
We've been putting off calling the police because I know you're in a hard spot, but it's getting to be just too much, okay?
It's been too much for me since I got to this town.
I bet it is.
Well, thank you for letting me know, ma'am.
I just didn't want to just call the police on you.
Yeah, well, I've been keeping up with it. I let the people at the Dennys know, and also the people at the Starbucks know what I'm doing. That way, you know, I'm not leaving people in the dark.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.